Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. I hope everyone's been staying safe and healthy during these quarantine, social distancing times. I know that it's definitely been a crazy time for all of us, so I just wanted to bring you guys these recipes that I've been having fun making while at home, and they're super simple bread recipes that you can make without yeast. We're going to be making some naan, some tortillas, and some yummy banana bread. Of course, they are all vegan as well, and yeah, I hope you guys like them. We're going to start off with the naan. So for the naan, you're going to need 1 3/4 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder, and then you'll just mix together all of your dry ingredients. Then you'll just take 2 teaspoons of olive oil, and 3/4 cup of milk. I used, I think, flax milk this day, but you could really use any type of plant milk that you prefer. Just make sure it's unsweetened. I've also made it with almond milk and with walnut milk before too, and they were both really good. Feel free to add a little bit more than 3/4 cup of milk as well if it feels a little too dry. This time I added another 1/4 cup or so. Then you'll just mix that all together, and when it gets too hard to mix it, you can mold it into a dough shape using your hands. Then you're just going to flatten it out. I don't actually own a rolling pin, so I just usually wrap a cup in some plastic wrap and flatten it out like that. That's the easy way. But if you have a rolling pin, that would work much better, or make use with whatever you've got. So once it's all flat, we are just going to cut it into strips and make the naan shape. I made 8 this time. Then you're ready to fry it up. So I first just put some olive oil in a pan and let it heat up over medium heat, and put in my first strip of naan. Then you really just continue to cook it like it's a pancake. Wait till it bubbles up underneath, flip it over again, and you'll see it starts to get that brown, bready naan look to it. And once it looks fully cooked, you can take it out and start on your next one. And it's really just that simple. I just did that to all 8 of my pieces, and I had some delicious naan. Okay, next up we are making these super yummy avocado tortillas. These are really customizable. You're basically just going to start off with making guacamole, is what it felt like to me. I just took a couple avocados, poured in half a lemon, put some salt in, and then added a couple other spices. For me, I added chili powder and cumin, but again, add whatever sounds good to you. You'll mash it all up. And the only other ingredient you're going to need besides that is some flour. So I then took a cup of flour, and I slowly started adding in my avocado mixture. I did about half, mixed that together, and then I added in the rest of it. Yes, I know I should have probably used a mixing bowl, but it was dirty and I was lazy, so there you have it. Again, you can start off with a fork and then move to your hands because it's easier to knead it into that doughy texture that we're looking for. And the more flour you have, the better. You're going to keep adding flour to just get rid of any stickiness. So anytime your hand starts to feel sticky or the dough starts to feel sticky, then you can just add more flour. Then I sprayed it with some coconut oil and covered it and let it sit there for about, I think, 10 to 20 minutes. Now all you have to do is pull out little pieces and form them into smaller dough balls, and you're going to add some flour on top, roll them around to keep them nice and soft and not sticky, and then you'll flatten them out. Again, use your rolling pin or your made-up rolling pin like me, and get them into that nice circular tortilla shape. I kind of made mine the size of like corn tortillas, but you can really make them whatever size you want. These were just, to me, the size that worked perfectly. so that they weren't too big and too flimsy or more likely to break. And I just repeated the steps with all of the dough balls. Now you're going to spray a pan with some oil and throw it on there. These cook really fast too, so don't take your eyes off them. You'll flip them over a few times and they will start to feel like tortillas. Once they start to get a little bit brown and maybe bubble up a little bit, you know that they are good to go. These were so good, I used them as taco shells and they were so soft, they basically tasted like soft flour tortillas to me. And it's a great way to use your avocados if you need to use a lot of them. Alright, on to our last recipe. We are making banana bread. I know that's been one of the most popular things to make during quarantine, and I'm just going along with the trend here. So I mashed up a couple bananas, 2 to 3 bananas. I added a 1/3 cup of applesauce and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Combine that all together, and then you'll add your dry ingredients, which is 1 3/4 cup flour, 1/3 cup of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I also crumbled in some walnuts and a couple sprinkles of cinnamon, and just combine it all. Once everything looks thoroughly mixed together, you can spray a pan. I like to use coconut oil spray. Make sure you get the sides and everything, and then just pour in your mixture. Then it's ready to go. I just cook it in the oven on 350 for about an hour. And you'll want to poke it with a fork or knife when it comes out just to make sure it's all cooked in the middle. And then your banana bread is ready to go. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed these 3 super easy bread recipes, and definitely let me know if you try any of them or what kind of recipes you've been making while staying at home. And if you have any ideas for what you'd like to see next, then I'm happy to take suggestions as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video and all of those good things, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!